Taking out the trash, mailing a package, going to the supermarket, the most basic of chores that we take for granted until we move to a new country and realize we don't know how to do any of it. We walk into a supermarket and realize we can't read the labels on any of the products because we don't know the language. Now, this is perhaps one of the easiest countries for an American to adapt to. And honestly, I think I've adapted just fine, and knowing my time here is limited may be helping with my mindset and that pressure to adapt. But for some of the expats I've spoken to, I realize that the struggle is real. A lot of you have asked me, what is life like in the Netherlands? What are the people like? What do you do in your free time? How's Amsterdam? Well, in today's video, I'm going to try to answer all of those questions. The video is a little different than what I've done in the past. There's going to be times I'm literally just walking with my camera and recording what's in front of me, so you can see unedited what Amsterdam is like and what Leiden is like. And by the end of the video, you'll see when the Dutch party, or when there's a celebration, you'll see how they party because, well, this weekend was a little bit of a festival. So, welcome to Leiden and welcome to Amsterdam, and here's a little insight into what my day and the life is like in the Netherlands. So it's Saturday early afternoon here in Leiden, so the market is in full swing and there's some other things going on around the city, so I'll take you around for that. Got my lunch here, €2.50 for a frikandel with it's like a Dutch sausage with mustard. Perfect for a quick bite. And you'll notice I have my bag behind me because when you walk through the market you never know if you're gonna buy something. It's always good to put it in. You'll notice I got on my bike. Obviously the very Dutch thing to do. You take your bike everywhere. So today my goal is to take you through a day in the life here in the Netherlands. I'm just gonna go with the flow and so you can experience what it's like here. Real quick, one question I get is, how is the language there in the Netherlands? I don't speak any Dutch. Many of my coworkers, they don't speak Dutch. And I just actually saw a statistic today. It's by country, what percent of the population can hold a conversation in English. Number one was England. Number two was the Netherlands, 90%. So 9 out of 10 people can speak English. And if they're under the age of 60, my guess is that number jumps into the 95+% range. Everyone speaks English. In fact, if I were to speak Dutch to someone and I was struggling, they'd immediately switch to English. And actually, some people don't like that because you can't practice, you can never learn the language because they just prefer to speak in English because it's easier for both of you. So it's Saturday morning in Leiden, so the market is on. It's not as crowded today because many of the people are on the other side of the city enjoying the festival and the activities going on over there. But this is every Saturday morning. You can buy your groceries and you can buy really anything at this market. Super convenient and just a short walk from my apartment. So just to explain what's going on, is this weekend is 3 Oktober Fest. So it commemorates the anniversary of the siege of London back under Spanish rule. That is damage done by the wind, which is unrelentless at times here in the Netherlands. And we celebrate, well, basically at the end of the siege. By the end of the night, this place will be hopping. I read where a lot of the locals actually leave town for the weekend because by the night it gets pretty crazy. Leiden is a university city, the oldest university in the Netherlands. And so as of the 1st of September, the population really boomed because all the students returned. Okay, back by my apartment, and now we're gonna go to the grocery store, or the supermarket, make my decision if we're gonna stay in town here for the festival or if we go to Amsterdam. I'm really torn on what to do. Thing is, there's a lot less choices than you would have at an American store. The pasta section is probably 10 times that size in America. Okay, so typically I would take my bicycle to the train station, but I mean, the streets are pretty filled here. People doing shopping, people going to the market, people going to the festival. But I am going to go to Amsterdam. We're not going to stick around here in Leiden because the idea of today's video is really a day in the life in the Netherlands. And today is, well, it's not a normal day in Leiden. And I think people want to see Amsterdam. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get there. Okay, so here's the main train station. We're going to take the Sprinter train to Amsterdam. So as you can tell, we are on our way to Amsterdam. It's about a 40-minute journey. It typically would cost 11 euros, but there's different packages you can get with your card. So obviously I take my bike everywhere, but longer distances, the train is the way to go. I do not own a car, but the public transportation here is really good.
I can't wait to get out of there and to like just do something.
The thing is, I mean, I find it really, really cool if you can do easy research, which is also about the really. So we are on our way to Amsterdam. Okay, so welcome to Amsterdam. Very crowded today, Saturday, and great weather, so as expected. Where should we go first? Maybe I'll take you to the red light district. That's a famous area. And yeah, maybe that's better to go at night, but we'll go now. It's safer to film now. Yeah, maybe I'll just kind of explain what's going on a little bit, but otherwise just roll the camera so you can see what's going on here in Amsterdam and experience it yourself. So let's keep walking. Okay, so we're making our way over towards the red light district. We're looking back here at Central Station, and a lot of canal tours depart from this area. Okay, let's keep walking along here. And maybe I'll try to explain the city layout. We'll throw a map up on the screen. So some people call this the C. I think it's more of a U. But the train station is right here. And then everything below it basically is the center of the city, or the centrum. So likely when you get off the train, you'll want to follow the signs for centrum. And then basically right down the middle, a little bit here to the east, is the red light district. So that's basically where we're walking to right now. So you can see a little more of the party crowd, I guess, in this area. There's a lot of coffee shops. So coffee shops aren't really known for their coffee. They're known for the weed and cannabis. You buy by the gram. You can get pre-rolled, you can get edibles. And okay, so we're making our way towards the main area of the red light district. Coming up here, you see a lot of little shops, a lot of ice cream. You'll see these souvenir shops with space cakes. You will not get high by consuming. You need to go to a coffee shop if you're looking for any THC. And let's just look here over the canal. So typically these canal bridges are just filled with people taking pictures. But here's one of the more popular canal cruises. It's Flagship. So they provide drinks on their tour for like 30 euros. You can do an hour tour. I think they do 2-hour tours. Okay, let's keep walking here. De Wallen, or De Wallen, is the neighborhood. But most people would just say the red light district. Okay, and here we are. So when you see the sign for the erotic nightclub, the Moulin Rouge, we have arrived. So this is De Wallen. De Wallen. Once we get there to the red light bar, we will wrap it up. And then I'm going to walk over towards the Jordaan neighborhood and take a rickshaw starting at 10 euros. I'm assuming you step on it and step off. It's 10 euros. It's certainly a rip-off. Alright, the red light bar, rooms for rent. And on the other side, it's the Sex Palace. Okay, well, that's your tour of the red light district, and let's see what else Amsterdam has to offer for us today. So you heard there, no camera, being very discreet. Okay, so we're on our way to the other side of the U, if you will. But first we are going to walk past Dam Square. Madame Tussauds, the Wax Museum, right next to Dam Square. There's a tram. Tram system is, I would say, pretty good here in Amsterdam. Crossing the streets here by the palace, by Dam Square, it's like Shibuya crossing sometimes. Alright, so at the square here, typical kind of European square, a large open area, and usually there's a lot of street performers. Let me go wide angle. Typically a lot of street performers, demonstrations, protests. You'll see typically a lot of Palestinian flags like we have there, activists, and a lot of pigeons and seagulls because a lot of people and a lot of food. Yeah, there's nothing big going on right now that I can see. Later in the evening, typically there'll be, I'd say, some street performance. Alright, we're gonna take the back alley here. Okay, so making our way towards the other side of the U. Basically walking across straight towards Anne Frank's house, actually did the tour there a couple weeks ago, highly recommend. And maybe take the time right now to talk to you about the marijuana, the weed situation here in Amsterdam. Many people think it's legal, it's tolerated, so you can buy it up to 5 grams per purchase, per person, per place. But it's not legal, it's tolerated. It means you're not going to be arrested for consuming it. And yeah, so people smoke weed in the public, in the open air. I mean, they're not supposed to, but you do smell weed everywhere you go. It's something you'll have to get used to in Amsterdam. Just like anywhere in the Netherlands, English is very easy to do. Everyone speaks English. In fact, that is, the language of Amsterdam, because it's a very international city. A lot of people around here are not from here, and English is the de facto global language in our world. Sun is starting to set. I had to get a good sunset picture. You can see the tower there. I'm in wide angle, so it doesn't look that tall, but it's pretty tall. If you're familiar with the Anne Frank diaries, she often wrote about the tower. She lived basically just right around the corner from that tower. I'll show you her house here in just a moment. Anne Frank and her family basically hid upstairs in a home just actually right around the corner there. They've turned it into a really good museum. Amsterdam was under German occupation during the World War until it was liberated. Her father, Otto Frank, there's a map in that house. It's still there, where he was putting pins on the map to represent the gains that the Allied forces had made since arriving in Normandy. And the Allied forces were so close to liberating Amsterdam. Anne Frank was on the last train to Auschwitz. And as you know, the history, Anne and her sister died of typhus in the conditions in a concentration camp, actually in Germany, so they were transferred from Auschwitz. But just a terrible story. Here is a statue here. You can see these people taking a picture with a statue of Anne Frank. says 1929 to 1945. Her father was the only one in her family that actually survived. And when he returned here, after liberation, that's where he was given the diaries. He knew about the diaries, he had never read them prior to their arrest. But then ultimately he had them published and achieved her dream to become a world-renowned author. Not quite under the circumstances that we all would have hoped for, but it highlighted just the absolute terrible situation of hiding in a house. Oh, I forgot, they're actually doing construction, so we don't have a good view of the house, or it may be the house next to it, but regardless, you can see the scaffolding there. But they do a really good tour. I would recommend it when you come to Amsterdam, but you have to book it in advance by a few weeks to be on the safe side, especially in the summer. What else can you do here in Amsterdam? You can do the Rijk Museum, which is the Dutch National Museum. I have not been there yet, but my friends that have gone there gave it very good reviews. Heineken. You can do a Heineken tour, which is, I mean, it's a standard tour that you've probably done for a brewery. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately they're doing some restoration work, and so unfortunately that's the picture I'm going to give you of the house. But let's look at the house. Well, you can see there the tower. Let's take a look at the house next door. You can get a sense, maybe. So I've been up there. Very narrow hallways. You can see the neighbor's house. And you've got the address there. This is also the spot if you do that boat tour I was showing you. The flagship boat tour, they leave from this spot. So look for the people in the orange jackets. There's actually someone right there. There's not as many boats running now. There's a boat going out. In the summer, they're lined up. Okay, so this is the Jordaan, or the Jordan neighborhood. It's a lot of restaurants and cafes. As you can see coming up here, just a few. Alright, so this is the most famous canal. It's the Herengracht, or the Herengracht. Can't speak Dutch. But it is the most famous and the most of significance, at least to the history of Amsterdam. Think about the center of trade. The West India, or the Dutch West India Company was headquartered here. And actually this, if you can see it, it's not blowing or anything, but it's the flag there on that house. Well, that's actually the mayor of Amsterdam's house. So the official residence. And yeah, so this was a very prominent area, a lot of wealth in this area, and really still in this area. To live in one of these houses is millions and millions. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the place to be now. There's certainly a lot of cool things to see and to do. But all of Amsterdam, there's a lot to see and do. Yeah, so I'll walk back this way. This flag here all over Amsterdam. It's kind of a weird looking flag. It's got 3 X's. You might wonder what it is. It's the city of Amsterdam's flag. The X's supposedly represent the 3 major tragedies. Flood, I don't know what they are. But I just wanted to let you know because it doesn't look like a traditional flag of a city or country or anything like that, but it is the flag of Amsterdam. All right, so just got a drink, and I'm actually looking for like a sporting goods store. I'm gonna go buy a hat. Look for like a Foot Locker or something. Let's see what we can find. They didn't have it, so I am going to look for food instead. Have myself a proper dinner here in Amsterdam. All right, sun has quickly gone down here and it's getting dark. In the summer, I mean, the daylight would stay forever. It'd be midnight and you'd still have a little bit of light in the sky. Now it's October and it's like 7:30. So by December, it's gonna be dark at like 4 o'clock or something. But anyway, I'm going to head over towards Rembrandt Square, the park there. Oftentimes you'll see pictures of that area. It's one of the more iconic places of Amsterdam, right in the middle. Smokies is one of the bars, cafes and coffee shops they have over there. But I'm going to head that general direction just to get a few clips of that area, and then on the way, find something to eat. Nothing says European like walk to go. Well, I thought this was one of those places where you get the food kind of quick. But no, it's not. No one wants to hear me complain about food service, especially in today's world, but when the place is called to go and you still wait 55 minutes to get your food, I don't know. It was pretty good though, and they were working hard, so let's just go with it. All right, so Rembrandtplein, you'll see there, beware of pickpocketers, because this is a very popular tourist destination. The square here, many of them probably smoking weed. And then around the corner here, you can see Smokies, the cafe club, but then also the coffee shop. So very popular destination. I'm not going to be around here long. In fact, that's all you're going to see because I did not expect to be out this late. Spending a good part of an hour and a half at Walk to Go. So, leaving this place, we're going to walk through the red light district very discreetly, take some video just on the main road there, like I did earlier today, and walk that way towards the train station, and then take the train back to Leiden, and then see if the festival is still going on tonight, see if it's not too late for that, and then we'll wrap it up. So
سؤال بدك تجي انت من عارف تجي ب 10 دقائق 10 دقائق او لك انت
oude kerst.
Okay, so I think that is going to be it for Amsterdam today. I'm not going to take you through the red light district, like the side streets there, and I'm not going to wait until 2 a.m. to keep filming, but you get the idea. And really, it's not a big deal right now. The church bells are going off, and that's my reminder that I need to get home because it is getting kind of late. I think it's not late, it's 10 o'clock. And then we'll see what Leiden has going on once we get back. All right. Okay, walking up to Central Station now. It's actually a lovely building. Got the tram here. Just realized I didn't ride the tram today. I was talking about the deals with your basically your transportation card. I pay 30 euros a month and it includes all unlimited transportation on the weekends. It's buses, trains, trams, metros. It's all included. So basically I come here at no extra cost, travel the entire country at no extra cost. It's very nice. My total expense for commuting for a month is probably about 50 euros, which is about 50 USD. Okay, we're at Central Station. So, I'm gonna hop on a train and back to Leiden.
We had a tour.
Okay, so obviously the circus is still in town, the festival is still going on strong, kids riding the rides. This is crazy, and things are a little wild. See the police there, a lot of screaming at the coffee shops. I saw one of the poles, like a street sign, was run over. I don't want to speculate, but I think it's just people are getting crazy. And so I'm walking towards my apartment, and I think there's some live music on the way. Yeah, I don't know if this is normal for 3 Oktoberfest or anyway. It's crazy. So basically there's a stage right there in the bridge. I don't know what the capacity of that bridge is, but hopefully it's enough. So what's life like? I ride my bike to work. I ride my bike to dinner. If I leave the city, I go on a train. Amsterdam is really an exciting city. It's a very liberal city, and with that comes just an interesting crowd. Sometimes an inspiring crowd, and sometimes a crowd you should probably stay away from. But it keeps things interesting, and I've really enjoyed it. And if you're still listening to this, this is my longest YouTube video ever. So if you are listening to this, I trust that you've liked, subscribed, and commented down below. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.